Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. It just boggles my mind, the mindset of some people. It's as if reality does not apply, and somehow yelling at someone because they decided to be patient is going to change the laws of physics and suddenly make something that should take hours take minutes instead. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. I want my car now. Okay, hope you have respirators. This happened about a month ago or so. I'm an automotive detailer for a small private detailing company, and mostly you have the mobile detailers, the employees that get the big loaded vans and travel to people's houses or to dealerships, and then you have me and my crew, who work strictly at an Infinity dealership we're contracted with. There we do new car cleaning and refreshes, used cars, and then service vehicles, which are people's who have either had their car worked on and wanted them cleaned, or just straight up wanted a detail. My lead, another worker, and myself were working on a limited edition QX80, fancy school bus, one day for a full detail, which consists of cleaning under the hood, multiple body baths with different chemicals, blow out everything, wax wheels, wheel wells, wheel coating, door jambs, all of interior, and if they pay for it, we protective layer everything. Different color cars also call for different treatment as well. A full detail takes no less than 4 hours depending. As we're in the middle of this QX80, we got another QX80. We looked it over and quoted the service advisor no less than 5.5 hours for this monster, seeing as how ours looked like a tornado just effed up this car. He said no problem, as the lady hadn't planned on picking it up until the following day around 4. Awesome, that gives us plenty of time. Seeing as it was around 2 at that point, we weren't particularly busy that day and we're taking our time on the Limited 80 because it was a nice SUV and the lady purchased the $1,800 Platinum Premium Detail, and she was waiting on it. So we set the white 80 at the front of our shop, staged to be next. We finished up the Limited 80 and after lunch break started the white 80. Procedure goes exterior, then interior, so I start under the hood, degrease and hose, then we degrease, wash, clay bar, rewash, and blow out the car. This is all about an hour and a half. Unfortunately, however, this car being white, it needed special treatment. After blowing out the cracks, we needed to let it air dry before we sprayed the car down with acid and iron remover. Acid is only ever used on chrome or polished wheels because it'll fade dark colors horribly and it'll eat powder coating. But we use it on white cars as well, because it won't fade white paint, polishes the chrome, and eats away the really tough grime. Iron remover is used to get rid of the little iron specks left behind by brake dust. Separate, the smells of each are breath takers. Literally combined, well, we actually have respirators to keep us from choking. We started cleaning the interior as it air dried, and after about an hour, we figured it was long enough and sprayed the car down with the Hellish Duo. It's about 6 p.m. at this point. The dealership closes at 8. Again, as procedure goes, we let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes to let the chemicals do their stuff and sprayed carpet cleaner and interior cleaner inside to let soak too. It was a very heady brew of smells. We figured these would be the last few things we'd do before leaving for the night. Well, about 5 minutes after dousing the white 80 in the concoction, the service advisor came in to tell us the lady was here to pick it up. L equals my lead, A equals service advisor, ARL equals angry rich lady, C equals cop. Me. What? L. She said tomorrow. It's not even close to being done. A. I know, that's what I told her, but she wants her car now. At this point, myself, my lead, and the advisor all walk out to go talk to this lady. A. Ma'am, these are the detailers working on your car. ARL. What the hell is taking you guys so damn long to clean my car? L. Well, ma'am, you have us notice that you won't be picking it up until tomorrow. We were busy detailing another customer's vehicle. Me. You also opted for a full detail, which is a minimum of 4 hours. We quoted you 5.5 due to it being a little rough inside. ARL. Bullcrap, my car was not that dirty. You're all just lazy idiots. I want my car. L. It's currently covered in chemicals. ARL. I don't care. Read my effing lips. Give me the car. Me. Will you give us about 15 minutes to at least hose and dry it off? ARL. No, now! Still not sure we should. We call our boss, owner of company, told him what's going on, and he said just give it to her. So we did, still covered in chemicals inside and out. We pull it around, she hops in, still cussing at us, and zips off. Around 30 minutes later, she comes hauling butt back into the dealership with 2 squad cars in tow. She comes inside with an officer and immediately starts off, ARL. They tried to poison me. I want them arrested. The officer was super cool, pulls us aside to talk to him. Cop. Hey guys, can you tell me what's going on? My lead explains everything, says how the lady was rude and demanding her car and how we offered to do a quick cleanup on it, seeing as how she already paid, and she said no. After hearing everything, the officer said that he wasn't arresting anyone and told the lady we didn't try to poison her. We were simply doing what was when quoted 5.5 hours, don't expect it to be done in 3. ARL. Whatever. I want my car clean though. L. Okay, bring it back tomorrow morning at open and it'll be done tomorrow before 4. ARL. What? Fine, whatever. I want the smell gone though. L. Okay, an odor bomb is $60 and takes 10 minutes to work properly. The lady was beet red at that point, but didn't say anything because the officer was still there. We bombed her car, but she didn't come back the next day. Still got paid for it though. And our second story. Lying, choosing beggar ends up paying more than he bargained for. My mother-in-law was downsizing and had a decent office chair to get rid of, fully adjustable with lumbar support and all that jazz. If I'm honest, I really wanted it, but I didn't have an office or study or anywhere to put it. My desk is my dining room table. She was originally going to drop it off at a charity shop, but they couldn't take it as they don't have fire tags. In the UK, a charity shop can't take furniture with any type of upholstery on them without a safety tag on it to show it's fire retardant. So the missus suggests she list it on Facebook and try to get some money for it, so mother-in-law could either treat herself or donate the money to the charity. Now, if you were to buy one of these chairs new, it'd probably cost $150-ish. It was a couple of years old, but in very good condition as it was used maybe once a month for a couple of hours. The mother-in-law had cats and so mentioned in the listing that fact, but the chair had been cleaned and there were photos showing the chair in pristine condition. My mother-in-law wanted to try and get $30 for the chair to get rid of it quickly. Very reasonable. Interested buyer messages my wife who created the listing so mother-in-law wouldn't have to deal with negotiation and asks if they would accept $25 for one of the chairs. Mother-in-law says, yes, that's fine if they could collect today. So my wife passes this on and asks, when will you come and collect? A time was set for collection later in the day and all was well. The chairs were at mother-in-law's house and my wife was at our house, so all communication was relayed between text message. About 30 minutes before they were due to show up, my wife got a message, can we have the chair for $20 as we have to travel a long way to pick it up? She replied that it was clearly stated where pickup was from and that the price was $25. They said they'd be there at the agreed time. They turned up at mother-in-law's house and they must have known from my wife's profile picture that when they met the mother-in-law, it wasn't who they'd been negotiating with, and asked to look at the chair, sit on it, etc. With a smile on his face, he tried to hand over 13 pounds. When my mother-in-law said that the price was 25 pounds, the guy must have took a stab in the dark and said, your daughter said we could have it for 13 as we've traveled so far to pick it up, and it also needs to be taken to the shop for cleaning, as I have a cat allergy and it's not as good as it looked in the pictures. Not one to be swindled, my mother-in-law called my wife to check. I happened to answer the phone, and after she explained what had happened, I told my mother-in-law to tell the choosing beggar that the chair was no longer for sale and to take it back inside the house. The CB, seeing his discount chair being pushed back into the house, then offered to pay $20, saying, 20 pounds is all I have, and then offered the previously agreed 25 pounds for the chair. I was still on the phone at this point and could hear what my mother-in-law was saying, but not what the choosing beggar was saying. I heard her say, as you have said, you've come a long way to pick it up. If you don't want to go home empty-handed, it was originally listed for $30. CB reluctantly paid $30 and took his new chair home, hopefully having learned a lesson about honesty and integrity during negotiations. WTF, man, $30 is pretty reasonable. What game is she playing? And our last story. Karen abuses me physically and verbally, then learns I'm the owner. So this happened in May 2019. My friend's dad and his friend in 2016 created a business for fun, but now it's a really successful business, and they're a bit wealthy because of it. So let's get to the story. This will be told in first person. Story. So back in May 2019, I went on holiday, and my friend hired a couple people for front desk, etc. Unfortunately, one was a Karen, but she acted nice when the owner was there. So when I came back from holiday, I obviously walked into my business and was greeted by the front desk manager who I hired a year before, and I went to my office and had the sudden urge to pee, so obviously I went. Note, I did go to the bathroom and not to the plant pot in the corner of my office. So I came out of the bathroom to a Karen standing there. She yells at me saying, "What the F are you doing here, you homeless junkie?" Note, I was wearing my normal street casual clothes. Me, ma'am, obviously being cut off. "I don't care who you are. Get out of here now or I'll get you arrested." She then proceeds to grab me by my hair in the direction of the door. I grab her hand and pull it away. "Who the heck do you think you are? I'm OP, your boss. How dare you? You are not the owner, you trashy bum. I saw you walk in here in those homeless shelter clothes." Proceeds to dig into me, but eventually my friend, the other owner, who was going to call the other owner, so he comes down to see what's going on. Other owner, "What's going on here?" Karen, "This homeless bum tried to steal from us and probably do much more stuff if I didn't catch him." Other owner, "He isn't, huh?" Gets cut off. Karen, "I deserve a raise. I'll expect one this week." Other owner, "Are you insane? That is OP, the other owner, your boss." I show her my ID. She is as pale as a ghost. Karen, I'm so sorry. Me, "Save it. You just verbally and physically abused me. I cannot let you do this to our customers or staff. You're fired." Karen, "What? No, I need this job. I have mouths to feed." Note, she said she had no kids on the form she filled out. Also, she said she had none in the interview. Me and other owner, "I thought you said you didn't have any." She knew she was defeated. She stared at the floor, and when I asked her to leave, Karen even tried to punch me. The police were called, and we pressed charges. The workplace still laughs to this day about that woman. Wow. Just wow. That was kind of funny how stupid she was. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.